We have Tom Brady tugging at our heartstrings, Logan Paul being the king of clickbait, Rep Fitness releasing yet another improvement on one of their beloved products, Bells of Steel drops a bell, and Conor McGregor has the luck of the Irish, and to cap it all off, we've got a tour of Jocko's home gym. Let's go! The No Fate channel? Checking in. Jonathan here with yet another Home Gym Week in Review, where I bring the entire home gym multiverse of introverts uncomfortably close together to give you a rundown of what's new in the home gym community, as well as what's new in sports and pop culture entertainment. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome aboard. I review men's health, fitness, and of course, home gym equipment. Right off the top, we have Rep Fitness without any fanfare or sizzle or suggestion, releasing a brand new 2.0 version of their beloved FT5000 functional trainer, in which they fixed a whole bunch of issues. First, and I gotta say foremost, they did something great. They made an improvement on a product, but they kept the price exactly the same. Still coming in at $2,500, which is the price it's been for quite some time, even though prices have gone up considerably. It's nice to see that they're holding the line on that price point. First major improvement is the number of options when it comes to the actual holes. Hopefully you can see my cursor and you'll see that they added a number of actual slots so that you can really fine-tune the height and level that you want. The other problem that they had with the previous one that some people complained about was the final ultimate height of the handle. So they redesigned it to allow for that handle to be higher than before, so that if you're a tall individual, you don't feel like you've got to scrunch down in order to get that right height for you. Currently, the new version sits at 6 feet 1 inches high. So if you figure I'm 6'1", it's going to sit like right at the top of my head. So clearly that's going to be pretty high for most people, or at least high enough for the majority of us. Now, if your name is Hodor and you're an absolute giant from the land of the north, guess what? You're still going to have an issue with any functional trainer out there for the most part, but it's nice to see Rep Fitness addressing the issues that their customers brought them, fixing the design, keeping the price point the same. Now, for reference, the longest standing functional trainer in terms of the competition has been Titan Fitness's functional trainer. And a lot of people in previous years went with Titans because it was cheaper. How much cheaper? As a reference, I bought mine for $2,000 in 2020. So it was even cheaper than that, and they have since been continuously bringing up the price point. It was $2,500 for almost a year, and now it's $2,600, which is quite a lot of money considering it's a Titan Fitness product. No offense, Titan. In terms of the specs, to give you a reference point, this has a total weight of 672 pounds, and Rep Fitness's total weight has an assembly weight of 875 pounds. Over 100 pounds difference. Now, clearly, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio with regards to poundage and quality, but if we're just being honest, usually the heavier piece of equipment is going to be better built and have better stability. And probably the most heartbreaking news, especially for us old timers, is that Tom Brady retired again for the second time, and it was pretty sad. He's on a beach in Florida, it's over cloud, he's near tears, he's all by himself, he's just trying to be quick because he went so long the first time around, and then rug all pulled us all by coming back.
You only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year, so really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
And frankly, it's just sad to see. I really feel like he probably doesn't want to retire, but he figures why not, especially where he kind of lost a marriage over the NFL, at least if you can believe the tabloids. And ultimately, we could say he's old in age, but if you look at the statistics, he still is performing. He got a number of quarterback records this year in the NFL, so he's not necessarily at the bottom of the bin when it comes to QBs. Now, obviously, he's not the greatest of all time when it comes to his current stats, but even having an 8-9 team, he's hitting those numbers. Home gym on YouTube has been fairly boring, but one of the latest videos that I have seen that was interesting and really well produced was Twisted Barbell's review of the Evolve AI powerlifting app. If you're not familiar with Marcus from Twisted Barbell, he does really good videos, puts a lot of effort and time in, and they come out exceptionally well. He's an older gentleman like I am, and he's decided to take on his first powerlifting meet, so it's nice to see and follow his journey using this Evolve AI app, which is a training app on your phone. It doesn't cost as much as a first-hand personal trainer, but it does give you real-time responses to your lifts to help you accommodate and decide which one is going to be your next lift.
What's good, everyone? This is Marcus. Welcome to the first week of this series. This is actually week 8 on the program, and I started the week off with some food prep to make sure nutritionally I'm on the right track. This strength block consists of 8 weeks.
Now, if you've never edited any videos before, this is really good editing, and it's not something that is just a click it, drop it in, cut and paste.
The number one thing that you should be investing in is your health. They're my top 2 favorites.
Time out. This is the point in the video I need to thank all of you for using my affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video, but clearly I need you to use them more often because I can't afford YouTube's premium service, and I still have to sit through some of these commercials. Thank you, and by the way, give the video a like and hit the subscribe button.
Unfortunately, this benchmark set didn't record because I was all thumbs. Now, some of you with a keen eye might note that the entries for each set are varied, and that's because the AI adjusts on the fly. So if you feel like your RP is low and you rate it low, it'll increase the weight for you or add an extra set. If you feel like the RP is high, then it will decrease the weight or even eliminate sets.
Really good breakdown. And I don't want to kill this whole video. I want you to go over and subscribe. I'll put a link to it directly in the description. But a really good video and analysis, not only of his prep, which for some of you don't really care about, but for the Evolve AI itself, which I think is important. At least you know what the competition is. If you are interested in fitness apps, you can figure out which one's going to be the best one for you. Logan Paul in the news again for being the ultimate clickbaiter. For those of you not familiar, he initially was a YouTuber and he kind of got in trouble for going to a forest where people were known to kind of, and ultimately it just didn't go well. He has brought in his name back a little bit. He fought KSI in boxing twice, I think. And of course, he's got his YouTube, TikTok channel and his new podcast, Impulsive, and ultimately he fought Floyd Mayweather as well, making huge headline news. And if that wasn't enough, he's in the WWE as a professional wrestler. Well, just a few days ago, he dropped a teaser reel hinting that he was signing up for his first ever MMA fight in the UFC.
Logan Paul actually knows how to fight.
I want to fight a UFC fighter. I'm gonna do my first fight in the UFC. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna smoke this dude.
If I wanted to do a UFC fight, is that something you'd entertain?
You have wrestling and boxing.
I could get it done, Dana.
I'm not saying no.
This could be the future of the UFC.
I want Patty Pimblett.
And man, oh man, was that production good. It pulls you right in. But if you give it a little bit of thought, it was clearly a clickbait, largely because he's already doing the WWE. Well, the next day, lo and behold, they released the news that Prime, his brand new energy drink that he does with KSI in terms of sponsorships, is partnering and paying to partner with the UFC. So the UFC is going to be selling every inch of that octagon from corner to corner, pillar to post, and they are going to be covered in Prime stuff. Now, I don't know if the fighters are going to see any of that money, but probably not. But Logan Paul has made news, and he captured our attention and clickbaited us again. Jocko Willink. If you're not familiar with him, I don't know where you've been living. He is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is an ex-Navy SEAL, or I don't know if they ever consider themselves ex-Navy SEALs, but he was a Navy SEAL in Iraq, 2 tours. He also is a published author of a number of books, including some kids' books, has his own podcast, well-renowned, and of course, he sells his own line of supplements. Jocko Fuel is like an energy drink, and there's a whole line and stuff. To help promote that, he did a tour of his home gym. I haven't watched the video at all, but I want to give you my honest thoughts as I do. And my prediction is that he's got a very well planned out home gym in terms of tons of equipment, but none of the frilly stuff. It's all going to be meat and potatoes. Let's dive in.
I was going to show you guys my gym, I guess, if you want to see.
Oh yeah, gotta get the energy drink in there, right? He finished his workout, now he's drinking an energy drink. Okay, hey listen, that's just, you gotta pay to play, that's just the name of the game. Yeah, kettlebells, maces, a lot of barbell work, kind of exactly what I expected, knowing and being a fan of Jocko Willink.
What is my gym? What does it consist of? First of all, I have to say that this is the nicest gym that I've ever had in my life, which is awesome.
Also the darkest gym. I mean, it's literally like black on black with the black walls. It is murdered out.
You think you need a gym like this or you don't? Is it nice to have? Hell yeah, it is. It's awesome to have. But for most of my life, all I had was a simple squat rack and a pull-up bar.
And no truer words. I mean, so many people get pulled in to the hype of needing like a $20,000, $30,000 home gym. And I am a hypocrite because I've got a very well laid out home gym. But in order for us to get gains, in order for us to pack on muscle, don't need any of the fanfare. You don't need the fluff. All you need is the meat and potatoes.
You should be good to go. A pull-up bar, you think it's some advanced piece of equipment? It's not. You can go to Home Depot and buy a piece of pipe and bolt it to anything, including a tree, and you have a pull-up bar. A little bit step up from that is if you get a set of rings like this right here. Rings are very...
All right, he must have been looking at Gluck's Gym's website because that dude mentions rings in like every other video that he has. All right, there's not many home gyms that I am jealous of. I am jealous of the height of his home gym. Being in a basement dweller like myself, I've got a low ceiling, and that's always an issue, both with lighting and sound, as well as equipment that I'm able to put in there.
And this is all made by Sorinex.
Yeah, he didn't pay for it. Sorinex comped him this one. And that's what Sorinex does. They make some fantastic equipment, but they reach out to some high influence people like The Rock, John Cena, Undertaker, Joe Rogan, and of course, Jocko Willink. Build them the custom home gym with the custom colors and everything else in between. And then they get the promotional video in order to sell their stuff to other people that actually do pay for it. JockoFuel.com. Now, in fairness, I haven't tried his new Jocko Fuel energy drink. From everyone I've talked to, the original version was literally undrinkable, just absolute rubbish. I don't know how it got through any type of trial and error in terms of taste testing, but clearly it was garbage, and they have reformulated in terms of ingredients as well as flavoring, so I do think the new version is a little bit better, I hope. So Bells of Steel did release their brand new interchangeable competition kettlebell. I found it on their website, but of course today it's nowhere to be seen. I don't know if they sold out or if they had some issues in the matrix. Regardless, they dropped it. And what is it? They technically took that interchangeable kettlebell and they split it. So they dropped that down to 20 kilograms or 20.5 kilograms. And now you can have an interchangeable weight of 0.5 kilograms, like basically all the way up to 20.5 kilograms, which is really nice. The only caveat is, at least for someone like me, is that they didn't really drop the price. So my belief was they were going to lower that competition kettlebell in weight, give you the option to buy the additional weight, which they do now. You can still get up to that 32 kilogram marker by buying the additional weight, but the price points don't really reflect that. And I'm hoping that they end up bringing those price points down, and maybe that's why it's offline currently. But when they originally were selling this thing as a full 32 kilogram marker, it was $250, and you can find that on a lot of places depending on where you buy it. They sell the same exact thing on Amazon, Kettlebell Kings for $300, and again, free shipping, but Titan Fitness had theirs for $260, and now it's on sale because I think they're getting rid of theirs in order to bring in the newest version. Unfortunately, Bells of Steel, if memory serves, was selling the 20 kilogram version for $209, which again, considering I can buy the Titan Fitness one that goes up to this amount of weight for $207, that's a little frustrating. Then the additional weight was going to be an additional $100. So that was ultimately frustrating because that was something I wanted to buy to review and stuff, but it just seems that the price points are much higher. Now, with that said, no shame on Bells of Steel. I know that shipping prices, material prices, and the cost of labor is going nowhere but up, and I'm sure that's just reflected in their price points. And last but not least, Conor McGregor has the luck of the Irish. He was going for a bicycle ride in his new juiced up body, and unfortunately, he got absolutely hammered by a car. Yep, he was coming around a bend, the car was coming around a bend, and the angle of the sun blinded the driver. Boom! Up goes Conor McGregor. But because he kissed the Blarney Stone and has the luck of the Irish, guess what? He wasn't hurt. He had a little bit of a big scratch on his tush. Otherwise, he was fine. And that's really good because supposedly he's finally getting ready to fight after over 2 years. If you remember the last fight he was in, he literally snapped his leg in half after throwing a kick, stepping back. It was ugly. They had to put in a whole bunch of metal in his leg, but he's looking better, beefier, and juicier than ever. I want to know from you. Comment down below. Are you enjoying these home gym reviews? What do you think of the Rep Fitness FT5000 2.0? And did Tom Brady pull at your heartstrings, or are you like most of the country and you absolutely hate that old geezer? If you made it this far in the video, you and I are officially like Jocko Willink and early morning alarms. That's right, best friends, Logan Paul and Prime. Thank you for watching, and as usual, don't save anything for the trip back.